think of a healthy, home-cooked meal, what comes to mind? For many in our community, a traditional plate can consist of a double portion of meat, rice, beans, tortillas, lime juice, salsa or another small vegetable side, and a sugary beverage to drink. The foods and beverages you choose for your plate have a direct impact on blood sugar, and over time, uncontrolled levels could lead to prediabetes and type 2 diabetes. So how can we use our diet to prevent these and other chronic conditions? I'm Danny Paredes, registered dietitian nutritionist for WIC and Nutrition Services here at CHAS. In honor of American Diabetes Awareness Month, I'm going to go over how we can use the food we eat to prevent or manage type 2 diabetes. The food we consume is made up of three main macronutrients and water. These include fat, think of oil, lard, butter, or cheese; protein, think meats, beans, lentils, or soy; and carbohydrates. In simple terms, the foods we call carbohydrates include sugars, like lactose in milk, fructose in fruit, or sucrose, which is simply table sugar. Longer chains called starches, think potatoes, corn, bread, rice, or pasta; and fiber, which is a type of carbohydrate that we cannot break down or digest. If we think of our body as being a car, our digestive system, which includes our stomach and intestines, as the engine, and our food, otherwise known as energy or calories, as the gas, then fiber can be thought of as the oil to keep our engine running smoothly. Fiber can help prevent spikes in blood sugar, since our bodies can't break it down in the same way as other sugars and starches. Fiber also helps us feel fuller for longer, since it slows down digestion. Fruits and vegetables, which are naturally high sources of fiber, are also low in calories. So increased fiber intake can also help with weight management. About 85% of American adults don't consume enough daily fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. As a result, that also means that 90% of women and 97% of men in the US do not get enough fiber in their diets. Adults should consume 22 to 34 grams of fiber per day. This is attainable by aiming for 5 daily servings of fruits and vegetables. Try to combine these with beans, lentils, nuts, seeds, and whole grains, which are also sources of dietary fiber. The types of foods we select and how often we consume these foods throughout the day both have an impact on blood sugar levels. Starting our day with a sugary, processed breakfast, low in fiber, may cause a spike first thing and can set us up for abnormal dips in our blood sugar as the day goes on. Skipping breakfast altogether may sound like a great way to skip calories. However, doing so may increase appetite for other meals. This overeating may also result in blood sugar spikes. To better manage blood sugar levels and avoid these spikes or dips, eating at least 3 main balanced meals per day is essential, but snacks throughout the day can also help keep sugar levels in check. Since blood sugar is impacted mainly by carbohydrates, it is important to add fats and proteins to snacks and meals, which helps slow digestion and prevent spikes. When it comes to the types of foods we should select, as a general rule, the less processed, the better. Whole foods usually contain more of their original nutrients, more fiber, and less added sugars, fats, and sodium when compared to processed foods. Here are some examples of whole foods and their more processed versions. First, we have water with lime versus lime-flavored soda water versus lime-flavored pop. Apple versus applesauce versus the most processed form, apple juice. Rotisserie chicken versus canned chicken versus chicken nuggets. Whole grain crackers and cheese cubes versus cheese flavored crackers versus cheese puffs. We also have a peach versus canned peaches versus peach juice or peach nectar, baby carrots versus dried carrots versus veggie straws, plain yogurt with fruit and honey versus fruited yogurt versus strawberry ice cream, and strawberries versus strawberry jam versus strawberry flavored Pop-Tart filling, which contains more sodium than actual strawberries. Instead of keeping track of calorie amounts, grams of carbohydrates, or weighing out foods, the American Diabetes Association recommends their plate method, which is based on USDA's MyPlate. This model encourages people to increase their intake of vegetables and decrease starchy foods, since each meal is made up mostly of non-starchy vegetables. A quarter of the plate consists of protein, and a quarter consists of carbohydrate-rich foods, which in this diagram includes grains like bread, rice, or tortillas, starchy vegetables like potatoes or corn, and fruits. Here are 3 examples of balanced meals following the ADA plate method. In our breakfast example, we have a 2-egg omelet with bacon, tomatoes, spinach, kale, and green onions. There are also 2 slices of dry toast, a cup of black coffee, and half of a ripe avocado. If we think about our plate method, our carbohydrate foods here are the slices of bread, our protein foods include the eggs and bacon, the non-starchy vegetables include the avocado and the omelet veggies, and our zero-calorie drink is the black coffee. Did you notice that the plate method doesn't mention dairy or calcium like MyPlate? In this first example, the kale and spinach in the omelet are helping to deliver calcium to this meal. For lunch, we have 2 steak tacos with onions, cilantro, lime juice, and homemade red salsa. The tacos include both our carbohydrate-rich foods, the tortillas, and our protein, the steak. There's also a side of pico de gallo, some slices of radish, and a grilled jalapeno pepper. These, along with the onions and cilantro from the tacos, are all of our non-starchy vegetables. The Topo Chico mineral water here is perfect as the zero-calorie drink. The 1.5 ounce of queso fresco is the calcium-rich food for this meal. For dinner, we have a 3-ounce portion of grilled chicken as our protein, a small side salad, grilled cactus, and avocado slices as our non-starchy vegetables, along with half a cup of whole grain rice, 1 corn tortilla, and half a cup of pinto beans as our carbohydrate foods, with a glass of water and lemon to drink. In this example, beans also provide calcium, and remember that although in this example they're categorized under carbohydrate foods, they are also protein-rich. Fruits can be included with main meals. However, since these also affect blood sugar, remember to substitute them for other starchy foods on your plate, like rice or potatoes. Fruits can be enjoyed in between main meals as snacks and combined with another food group if possible to keep things balanced. In addition to the plate method, carb counting is another strategy for diabetes management. This method involves counting the amount of carbohydrate-rich food choices that are made in our diet throughout the day to encourage balance and to spread out our consumption of these carbohydrate-rich foods. Over time, consistent use of the ADA's plate method or carb counting should lead to decreased blood sugar levels and overall better management or prevention of type 2 diabetes. 1 carb choice is equivalent to about 15 grams of carbohydrates. There are around 15 grams of carbohydrates in 1 corn tortilla, 1 slice of bread, 1 small brownie square or 1 cookie, 1 cup or 8 fluid ounces of cow's milk, or half a cup of any other carbohydrate foods like oatmeal, rice, pasta, potatoes, corn, beans, or fruit. Those who carb count should aim for about 3 carb choices with main meals and 2 carb choices with snacks. That is, a person consuming 2,000 calories a day could have up to 18 carb choices spread out throughout their day in meals and snacks. A registered dietitian nutritionist can help you determine a specific amount of grams of carbohydrates that should be consumed per day and can help determine how your carb choices should be spread out according to your needs. Supplements are made to do just that, to supplement the diet. Some vitamin and mineral supplements can help in cases of nutrient deficiencies when prescribed by a healthcare provider. These can also help in cases where it's difficult to meet our needs through our diet, such as the case with iron-containing prenatal vitamins during pregnancy. However, supplementing without supervision can also lead to toxicity if certain vitamins are overconsumed. Different nutrients can be absorbed differently by the body when in an isolated form, or sometimes not at all. Overall, consuming a capsule leaves out a range of powerful micronutrients that are naturally found in fresh fruits, vegetables, and other foods. However, research studies have suggested that consumption of cinnamon and other specific micronutrients found in green tea, such as the antioxidant epigallocatechin gallate, or EGCG, and foods like red grapes, which contain resveratrol and chromium, or cashews, which can contain magnesium, can help with blood sugar management. Bottom line, these are supplements and should not replace real food. Consumption of a multivitamin 2 to 3 times a week should be more than enough to make up for nutrients missed in our diet. The vast majority of our nutrient, fiber, and liquid consumption should be coming from whole foods in our diet. If you'd like to take steps to get your health under control but aren't sure where to start, here are a few tips. Schedule a physical with your medical provider. Slowly transition from more processed foods to more whole foods. Practice the plate method or carb counting to prevent or manage type 2 diabetes. Work with a registered dietitian nutritionist. Have you recently been diagnosed with a chronic condition like hypertension, hyperlipidemia, or diabetes? Have you struggled repeatedly to lose weight? Are you trying to bulk up muscle mass or train for an athletic event? Do you need guidance on what to eat for whatever purpose? If you're a CHAS patient and have had a physical exam within the last 6 months, please contact us at Nutrition Services to start working with a registered dietitian nutritionist today.